What's going on, people? How are we doing? Hope you're all well. Everyone had a good weekend. All of that good stuff. So you can see on the screen, there's actually a student showcase. Now, this is one of our members, Bjorn, who's taken this trade. There's a nice little Ethereum entry to the upside now. It's because the bias he has is long, so he's looking for a continuation long. It's actually a very clean entry. Now, if we go back to the daily time frame, you'll see that we've collected most of the liquidity that sits at the lower end here. Most of the liquid that sits here has been collected and placed here. From this point, we've had a money in, and that's given us the bullish bias. We, of course, have pushed down again. This is where we're looking for that long move to come in. Now, we have several highs. We have a cluster of them here, and then we have, obviously, a high slightly further up. Now, this is a good space to look for price to go long from, because we know that the liquid has been collected above and it's already been swept out from below. So it means price would have to go significantly lower to reach any major points of liquid, rather than being able to go up and reach points of liquid easier. Now, whether we just come up, tap the nearest points and then sell away, that's going to be dependent on what happens across the space of a session, right? And the reason I say that is because if you use your Orion understanding and apply the concept of this money out area, this is not yet formed. So yes, this is an area, but it's not confirmed until we close out on the daily, and we know that the daily time frame could easily come back, fill this gap, and then go lower, or it could easily just go higher in the direction we want it to travel in. So until then, we follow the pre-established point, and the bias remains the same. What's going on, Void? Hope you're well. Did you see Nasdaq? Yes, I did. Nasdaq selling aggressively through the lows. I saw that indeed, my friend. Yeah, I was looking for an entry, but it didn't give us anything. Now we do have this area, obviously, but you know, we don't really want to be trading like that. Not really ideal, is it? It probably still gives you a 1 to 3, just under. But that's our setup there. We also had, in the report, the Orion report that we gave, we had a UJ setup that never got tapped in from last week. Price actually tapped into that earlier and then sold away straight through the lows. So a setup that was given last week actually came to fruition. Not that we traded it, because you're not leaving an order in that long. But the probability of that, like, come on. $1,000-point drop, then they halt it. Yeah. Did you have a good weekend? I hope you did. Hope everyone had a great weekend. Personal time, rested pretty well. Good, 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 good. Yes, pretty good, mate. Thank you. Pretty good. Nice and relaxed. The only thing that was a bit of a pain was I think it was a telephone company hit one of the major gas lines, like a few miles away from our house. So we had no gas or we had no heating or hot water for 2 days, I think. So we spent yesterday at my mum's having dinner and making the most of the heating. We did have electric heaters to use, but of course, you know, it's not the same, is it? Obviously, with the baby, it's not ideal. But it's all sorted now, it's all back on. Apart from that, it was pretty relaxed. We do have alerts set for most things now. So at the moment, we're just letting the market sort of find its feet because it is Monday. We're not going to jump in too heavy with you know, trying to predict the next week's movements. Just gonna let it roll. Okay, here, bullish, last everything bearish. Bar index -1, low, bar index plus, did you extend high 2? Yeah, I just want to try something here. What's going on, Bjorn? I just showcased your Ethereum entry. Really clean. Nice work. Good work. Okay, so we just wanna quickly try this. I am going to adjust the screen quickly. Where are we? Where's it gone? This isn't it, is it? Nah, that's not it. Orion money in, money out. Yeah, so where is... What's it saved as? Strange. That's not it. Okay, we'll do that later. Book it. We'll do it later. What is your risk tolerance on a funded challenge? Generally around 0.25% per trade. 0.25% per trade. So, for example, if we go to... So we go to the reports, right? So I actually won't even... I'll just go through these. Right, so the reports of each thing, right? So here we had 3 no entries and 1 stop loss. So that's -1R. So that would be 0.25%, right? So we're just going to calculate the maximum loss you can sustain at one point. Again, -1R and then 2 BEs. Of course, the BEs are very reasonable. We're not like BE in it after 0.1. Like we're going plus 2R. 2R plus will be a break-even trade. Yeah. So we're not breaking even at 0.1%. So that's -2R. So that would be 0.5%. Gold no entry. Nasdaq, and this is another thing I want you guys to remember as well. See how this trade ran? This trade ran here to a maximum of 7R. That's 7 risk to reward. But we counted that trade as a BE in our records because it didn't hit our TP and it went above 2R. Yeah. So in reality, there's going to be the opportunity to close out much more profit, but we're being realistic. We're showing you worst case scenario if you didn't partial when you just ran to TP or you managed your position and took the risk off the table. So it would be a BE there and a no entry here. So no trade setup for that. Then come to you, Chef. Where's all the text gone? Okay, here, look. So that's now 0.75% you've taken as a loss. Here we have only BEs and a TP. So I'll show you it on a calculation. Well, I won't show you, but I'll tell you on a calculation basis, rather than just saying that's 11R. Let me get the calculator 1 second. So we've got minus 0.25 minus 0.25 minus 0.25, and then plus 0.2, or sorry, 1 second, plus 14, we'll just do 14, we'll round it off, 14 times 0.25, which gives you 2.75% overall. Yeah, so 3%, nearly 3% gain right there. That doesn't seem right to me in terms of the calculations. Let me try that again 1 second. I think that is right though. That is right, surely. Let me see. We'll just do it like this. Plus, or we do 0.25 times 14 equals 3.5, and then we'll take 0.75. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 2.75 percent return, and that's if you're using 0.25% risk. And then if we carry on, we'll just carry on and do the calculations from here. I mean, we've done it already in terms of what the overall outcome is, 15.5R. But we want to show you in a real world, like if you took the trades, the RR that you could potentially lose at a given time. So from here, we only had, I think that was a BE, was it? Yeah, BE, another BE, and then a no entry, and then a TP. So that one's plus 3R. Plus 0.25, or not 0.25, sorry, 75. So that equals 3.5%. And then AU, where's the text? I had it on here, right? One stop loss. So again, 0.2, we'll take 0.25. Okay, and then plus 0.5. You're getting up towards the 4% level now, and then we had no entries on this, I believe. Or was it? No, sorry, stop loss. So take 0.25, which gives you 3.5% gain using 0.25% risk. So it's a pretty good risk to reward. And then if you take all of the losing trades at once, it would give you so it would give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losses, right? So 5 losses would be 1.25%. So the maximum drawdown you could have gone into would be 1.25%. That's given that week, right? And then using that percentage, you're nowhere near the buffer that you would have for a funded account, but you've gained 3.5R on top. So worst case is you give half of that profit back next week, but the probability of that is pretty low. So I always go for a lower, you're better off going a lower risk and maintaining the rule set than you are going a higher risk and trying to finish the challenge quickly. If you're going to go higher risk, just trade a personal account. Pass some funded challenges, within like an X amount of time, and then use the funds of those to trade with a personal account. Then you don't have the parameters set upon your account. Because if you use a 1% risk on that, you could have been 5% down at one point, which if you're doing a one step, that would put you at 1% away from failure. All right. So it only takes for one losing trade coming into the next week and you're done. 0.25% risk and you got 6% drawdown, you're losing 1.25%. Or even let's say you have absolutely shocking run, you lose 8 trades in a row, right? That's still only 2%. You've got a 4% buffer there. So always using a low risk tolerance to be able to maintain a high IRR system. It's always the way to do it. Until you get to the point where, like I say, you're using, your personal funds, or you're using slightly higher risk because you've got a higher allowance. The only thing you guys have got to remember is funded accounts are great, but they are designed to be harder for you to pass. Because the truth of it is, funded accounts don't really offer a huge amount of return to the companies that host them. Now, they do have a few accounts that they will follow. Believe it or not, 90% of the funded accounts traded are demo accounts. There's only a very small amount that are true funds. And the way they do it is because they use maths, as always, the same way we do. They use mathematical understanding and human nature to trade against 90% of their account holders. So they will look at what their accounts are doing, and if 90% of them are going long on something, they will go short on something, or they will literally have a reverse trade copier set up. So think about it like this, right? Every single trading account that ever got failed could have passed if they'd just done a reverse of what they actually done. So every time they bought, they just sold instead. And every time they sell, they buy instead. That's what the brokers are doing. Yeah, they're just reversing the positions on their accounts, and they're making money passively doing that. And then they have a very small amount of accounts that they actually allow to trade real funds, and then they take profit with that. Most of their money is made through accounts being failed. That's why you're seeing now a lot of funded companies going over to the monthly subscription, because then what happens is they have a consistent amount of money coming in from accounts that are failing and accounts that are winning. Like, it's a great business model, but it's also be booking the orders, exactly. Yeah. It's also kind of a risky business model. That's why so many of the companies, they do really well for X amount of time, and then all of a sudden they just hit the fan. Like, it's, that's the company done. So yeah, I mean, I do like funded accounts, but at the same time, I've been fucked around by a few funded companies with broker changes, platform changes, position sizing not working properly, lots of different things. Orders not being filled properly. When you choose a good broker like Vantage, for example, you won't ever have that problem. They'll fill your order at the price you set it every time. Whereas like some of them are, I think one of the trades I tried taking before was like a 2-lot position. It was literally like 2 lots and it filled like 0.6 of it. And I was like, how are you only filling 0.6 out of 2 lots? It's not like I'm trying to trade 2,000 lots, I could understand if it was, a 2,000 lot order, but 2 lots and you can't fill the whole thing, that's worrying. And it's because the liquid providers they're using are shite. Pretty much. Get these down here. And again, this is another example, guys. See how this says 3 trades, 2 BE, 1 stop loss? The stop loss was here. And these are the 2 BEs. This ran 4.5R and this ran 2.4. So there's potential for you to close more than what's being shown here. We're just using the 3-point ratio, which is you either go break even, you TP, or you get stopped out. That's the basis of it. And I just realized something actually. We should have actually traded this to here. So that should have been a win right there. But we're not going to change it now. That's a mistake that was made. So you can't go, rewind it. The reason I say that is because you go for the nearest pre-established low if you're selling. Actually, let's see. What am I doing? Let me go back 1 second. Let's see. I got a funny feeling this wasn't an established low at that time. Probably why. No, it wasn't. So it wasn't a 4-hour established low. So no, it wasn't a mistake. That was correct. So yeah, and the same as NAS 100 here. Take a look at that. That's a 7R trade that gets to before it reverses. Yeah, we had a 7.5 target. But that we class that as a BE trade. So understanding that there is going to be variables in terms of what you can gain, what you're going to do with certain positions, that in itself is going to be a big factor to understand. Get Orion and get that peace of mind. Yeah, exactly, dude. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. So, guys, if you haven't already got yourself the Orion money in, money out indicator, then you can do that with the link to the PSS store. We already have users that are using it and they are enjoying it thoroughly. So if you want to become one of those users, then you can with the link down below. But of course, use the Keep It Simple series and learn it for yourself. Don't just take my word for it. So we also have the Orion lower time frame entry model coming very soon. That's going to be a VIP exclusive. But if you spend the time to actually look at what we're doing here and follow along with the rule set, you will pretty quickly pick up the principles that are at play. So I'm not saying that, this is something that's out of reach for you guys. It's something that if you apply yourself and you actually watch the Keep It Simple series, take it in, take notes, you will pretty quickly understand how to trade the system. But it means you have to put in the work yourself. If you want to be spoon-fed, then obviously there's a different, that's a different thing. That's where you get information that others wouldn't given to you directly within the VIP sessions, for example. Within the one-to-one mentoring, you will literally be given everything on a plate. But it's always down to the principle of not everyone's going to have that access. You know, not everyone's going to be able to get access to that stuff. Right, I just need to do something here quickly. Okay, to this. So if you aren't already in the Discord, guys, make sure you join. We've got 9 people right now in the live stream. How many of those 9 have watched the Keep It Simple series and understand the principles that we're teaching? Understand the Orion? Understand the rule set? How many of you do that? Well, not how many of you do it, but how many of you know it? That's the question I have for you today. Have you taken the time to learn the process and understand the simplicity? I know there is a lot that have, but I feel like there's also probably a lot that haven't. And if you have, make sure you join the community and you share your thoughts and your setups in the Discord, because we are all actively encouraging you to move forwards as strong, independent Orion system traders. Remember, just because Orion doesn't give you a trade setup every day, that doesn't, like, it means nothing in terms of the overall outcome and systematic understanding. Trading every day, unfortunately, is just a poor perception of what trading is through the vast majority of people. We mean Orion give 15R last week with 0.2% return, 100k account, 3k a week. 15R in a 2.5% return, 2.5% risk. Yes, and it's a 3.5 return overall, I believe. What other system can pay you that? Not many. I mean, well, not when it comes to the simplicity anyway. The week before, so this is something we will be, completely transparent with you guys as well. The week before, Orion delivered 2R. 2R over the collective of the week, right? Same amount of pairs. 17 trades were taken and only 2R was actually delivered. But it wasn't a negative outcome. The week before that, though, it delivered 38.5 RR. So 38.5 plus 2, that's 40.5, plus this week 15.5. I don't have to spell it out for you guys. It's pretty easy, right? Tell us about the first week. Yeah, the first week. 38.5, yeah. 38.5. And I'll show you this as well. And this is another thing. In the post, if you're not in the Discord, in the post, we literally put on there, we actively encourage you to go over these pairs, apply the Orion rule set, and see the results for yourself. It's not like we're posting them and being like, haha, you guys can never replicate this. We literally encourage you to go and trade it yourself. And to be honest, I'm looking back at these images now, and there's a whole lot of no entries. There's a whole lot of no entries. And this is another thing as well, right? Let's just look at this for an example. I'll look at this for an example, right? Paste. This is one of the pairs from last week. This is euro to the US dollar, right? We got 4 trades, 2 no entry, which are here and here because of low RR. Then we have 1 BE, which is this, and then we have 1 stop loss, which is this. Even if you say, right, I got stopped on all of those, that's still only -4 when it done a return of 38.5. So you could literally lose nearly all of the trades that were questionable in terms of, oh, would I have managed it? And you're still coming out with the right end of the curve. Yeah. Now, again, I'm not sitting here and telling you guys, oh, if you trade the system, you're going to have a trade every day, every week's going to be a winning week, and it's so good and amazing. It's a statistical, data-driven rule set which will apply consistently to the charts, and it will give you consistent analysis. But the main thing that you need to think about is how can the overall outcome be given to me over the space of an X amount of time. Not how quickly can I get profit. How quickly can an outcome be delivered over a long period of time? And this is what Orion does. It doesn't question, you don't have to question the principle. It just delivers over a long period of time. And this is what I say as well. Anyone that's joining the stream, anyone that's watching this on repeat, whatever it is, try and prove me wrong. Try and prove me wrong. Learn the system. Go into a backtesting software, whether it's FX Replay, whether it's, Forex Tester, whether it's TradingView, whatever it may be. Prove that your setups are valid. Show me the data and prove that the system doesn't work. Because what you're going to have is a whole load of people getting good results and realizing this system actually is great. So this is something that I always encourage you guys to do. I'm not doing what all the rest of YouTubers do and they say, trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. I'm saying, don't trust me. Prove me wrong. And then I can almost guarantee that you will be coming back saying, dude, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Not that you need to thank me. Thank yourself for putting in the hard work and getting to that point. Check Discord DMs. Sure. We go here. Nice. I'll have to check that out after the live stream though, unfortunately, because we end up getting our live streams taken down. They actually stop them from being replayed in some cases. And I know that there's a lot of people that watch them back because they can't join live. So for everyone that is watching that live, or everyone that is watching on replay, if you do enjoy the live streams, if you're watching it in replay, this is, and if you're here now, if you're watching this in replay, if you do enjoy the live streams, just drop a little comment, you know, of what part you enjoyed most in the live stream today, or maybe out of the live streams as a collective. Just let us know what you like the most, what you want us to cover, how we can help you improve. So right now, guys, we have Euro sitting below the targets that we called at the beginning of the week. We have GU pushing higher, and we were still bearish on this currently. We have gold pushing down, which is great because we're looking to trade it from some of the lows down here, and you'll see when this boots up. Remember, you can go and check out, I mean, I actually done this wrong, but you can go and check out, 1 second, here, our setups, and we walk through the understanding of why we're looking at something, what we want to see, so on, every Sunday, Euro and gold. Now, Euro, I managed to do the date correctly, but for some reason, I don't know how, I managed to get the date on gold 10 days off somehow. I don't know. But you'll see we're looking to go long from the lows here, right? And we explained to you guys what we're looking for. The same bias as past 2 weeks. We're looking to trade from the lows and aim for the high. Orion provides us with a clear rule set to follow, allowing us to sit back and wait for the alerts to be triggered. Now, of course, if you know where to set your alerts, you will literally have like five alerts on your chart ready to go off if the entries are going to be given. Yeah. There's none of this, I must wait until 10 past 5 exactly to read 1 second of price data between X and Y because ICT told me I have to, when in reality it probably holds the same probability as playing out as any Orion setup does. So just keep it realistic with yourself. Do you have the time to actually be doing that? No. Nothing's guaranteed, so why waste your time on something that is going to necessarily come back and bite you in the ass, yeah? So think about where you are in terms of time management. Think about your life. When it comes to time management, do you have the time to sit on the charts to try and find one setup? Or could you just run a ton of generic setups that can appear at any time within a trading day that you could capitalize on if they actually play out? Instead of having to monitor the charts manually, like that's such an old school way of trading. Like this, I would like to say that Orion is probably as I can't, you can tell it's Monday, I can't even speak. What's going on, Harry? Hope you're well. I would like to say Orion is the closest thing to an automated system that you can learn and trade within a short period of time. Because there's literally 3 steps to it. Just like Orion's belt, each point is clear, all pointing in the same direction. Everything we need to know is in line with that. So I'm streaming from home today, if you guys hadn't noticed. I live on a brand new building estate, and they're tarmacking the road. They're tarmacking the road, so they pretty much said if you're not in, no, if you want to get out, if you want to get out, and you're trying to get in and out between 8 and 5, you can't. So before 8 or before 5. I'm not getting up and leaving to go to the office before 8 when I can just stay in and do exactly the same thing. So when it's done, I'll start going back to the office again. Or if I park my car somewhere else. The thing is, they leave the tarmac like it's all soft and sticky, and like if you get that on your car, it's such a pain in the ass to get off. Remember the target here, guys. Target's between 278 and 279. It's a bit, I don't know why that's so far behind. But yeah, I hope everyone had a good weekend. I know obviously a couple of you did. Up to no good, kitty cat. So let's go back over to some of the crypto pairs here. We had this Ethereum entry, which I believe if we go onto the sentiment of this, which is like down here, right? I believe this is probably short, strong sell, see? So more technicals, let's see. So let's go on to like 4 hour. Okay, so 4 hours still sort of oscillators are saying buy. Summary, it's a sell. There's more sell to buy. When our bias is go long, I imagine all of these are okay. Strong buy. See, this is the thing as well. We got daily, weekly, monthly. The weekly and daily are like daily is sell for today, based off of moving averages. I'm guessing moving averages, yeah, simple moving averages, exponential, simple. Oh, they're different range, different sizes. So yeah, we got lots of different retail tools that are telling us that this should sell, but we're looking to go long. Now, the entry given was pretty clean. Price has come into the area and pushed away very aggressively. We're still looking for the high to be met, which is way up here. Now, I know that Bjorn took this trade. I don't know if anyone else followed it, but again, this is a great example of the way Orion can be used. Even if you use it for just like passive investing. If you just, have you got an investment account and you say, right, I'm going to put X amount in and I'm going to spot buy Ethereum, for example, or even if you margin buy it and you just go for an entry here and then you sell and make a quick 1% on your initial position because you're just doing it through like a passive investment. You don't have to go full RR and get all of the money. You just get in a little quick gain. You're like, sweet, that's an extra 1% for my portfolio. Then you take that little 1% out and you put it in your main like portfolio, or you leave it in and you do the same thing, right? It's super simple. Like Orion is so easy to follow. The thing is with these assets, I bought them so low that I'm just like, I can't even bother to fuck around with them. Like I did reaccumulate the other month. it was around here, I think it was, so around where we are now, to be fair. I got a nice little push up and then got out, and it was, yeah, end of December, beginning of January. It was like around here. Pushed up, got a little move out, then we've come back down again. Could have held on to it. You know, most of my investments are sub 2k, so we're looking sort of down here, which I'm not expecting to see those levels again for a little while. If we do, we do. You know, it's one of those. And you also find a lot of the cryptocurrencies don't have the best spread through like your standard retail brokers. They just don't. Like, it's really not. It's not something that they offer unless you're using like an actual crypto broker. So remember, guys, you can join the shortlist for the EA trading bot using the link in the chat right now. That is the Orion automated expert advisor, which will be coming to MetaTrader and to CTrader and any of the other live trading platforms. So, going to take a peek at some other pairs and then we'll probably wrap it up. It is Monday, like I explained. We're looking for pricing to establish points that we can reference from. At the moment, we've got a daily gap here on GU. So if we stay above this level, then we'll be bullish on this and we'll be targeting these highs and looking for the same as Euro and same as AU. With AU, you can see that we're still running down here, which is great. We're going to look to go long here. Go back to the 15-minute. An entry was given, excuse me, here, but we didn't tap in. We're here now, but we're not going to trade that because of the basis of how far it ran prior. And again, 2R is the level you sort of cancel your orders and the area that you go break even from. Oil as well, we're looking for this to come up to the highs to then sell down into the lows. We've already taken out the lows that we had targeted, but we still have this target in place to follow the sell down into the lows. Remember, guys, if you're not already a member of the Discord community, the link for that is down below, and I do encourage you to actively join it. If you haven't already watched The Truth, the YouTube video that we released Thursday, I believe it was, then make sure you go over and check that out. Okay guys, we're hitting the 1 hour mark now, so I think we're going to wrap things up here. We are going to be doing a little bit of work on the Discord server, so we will be going into the trading floor. If you want to join us in the trading floor, then you can. We will be going into the public floor number 1. We're not going to be super active because we are working from home, but we will be in there and we will be live streaming and we'll be talking to you guys when we're available. So I appreciate every single one of you for joining. I appreciate all the love as always. And hopefully everyone has a great rest of their day. Remember, always follow Orion, stick to your risk, trade the plan, and I'll see everybody in tomorrow's live stream. Have a blessed rest of your day, guys, and I'll catch you all very soon. Peace and love. Of course, guys, take it easy. Mind how you go.